Oh my God. What a day. Oh my gosh. I think we need to address the elephant in the room right now.
Sure. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, take us back a few months ago. A few months ago, we're nesting. Well, shoot, now I should probably tell people that I'm 40 weeks pregnant. 40 weeks and 2 days pregnant with baby number 3. So, little baby Emmalyn Harper Taylor will be making her entrance soon, but I've never gone past my due date. Anyway, we have updates to share with you about the pregnancy and the plan moving forward, but we have to address the elephant in the room first.
Yeah, so, nesting a few months ago, we were like, hey, we should really, get our house prepared. This is baby number 3. We need a little more space. Let's finish the basement. Let's work on the deck. Let's expand the deck so we have enough space for all of the kids, because we're even talking about later doing maybe more. So, get the house prepared. So we thought that why not, in our third trimester, let's
do all of that.
Yeah, let's do all of this.
All of that done. And we were making good progress the last couple of weeks. It's like the deck is almost done. The basement started making progress. So my dad is amazing. He's been our contractor. He's been a home builder forever. Both of our dads are super involved in the project. Like Steven's dad's making these custom shelves. It's so beautiful. He's really an amazing woodworker. Anyway, point being, today we had the drywallers. The guys come to hang all the drywall. And it's pretty chilly right now. It's been cold the last week or two, which has been really fun. But our furnace was on, and the air ducts were not plasticed over, and the stairwell that goes from our first floor to our basement is open now, and it was not plasticed over. So we walk in from work today thinking we're gonna have a nice relaxing night. The day before our induction, we're gonna get induced. I'm gonna get induced tomorrow morning at 8 a.m.
And we walk in the entire first and second floor, not including the basement, but first and second floor are covered in dust. And we're like, oh my God.
Not a subtle speckling of dust. You can see the particles in the air. There's a layer on the couch, on every table, the whole hardwood floor, the carpet, obviously. It's 5 o'clock at night, and we're like, oh my God, we have to clean that house.
So we got the kids out of the house. We took them over to grandma's and said, okay, please take care of the kids while we try to get this mess at least somewhat picked up so that we can feel comfortable going to the hospital
in the morning to have
and then
baby.
Coming back here in a couple of days. So we're just now starting to have the whole place cleaned up, and I guess it's taking about an hour or so just at least get the first floor kind of touched on.
Yeah, not bad. Now I feel like we can relax now, because we got the first layer of dust. I say we got the first layer of dust, but I'm looking at the table behind us
there's more dust. Well, it needs to settle too, because it's all in the air, so we got the doors open and everything. We need to let everything settle over the next
so much dust.
Yeah, a little bit.
Anyway, so I'm 40 weeks and 2 days now. We're making the decision to induce tomorrow. Our doctors, my OB actually they don't recommend anyone going past 41 weeks. They said it just increases the risks of the child having a healthy labor and delivery. So anyway, I'm not scared. I've had Pitocin before with our second son and was still able to deliver him naturally. So my plan is our plan is to go in tomorrow at 8 a.m. and they'll probably start Pitocin after I get all checked in and everything. And the good thing is that I'm already dilating and effacing. So I'm at last they checked, I'm at a 2 or a 3 centimeter dilated and 80% effaced. So when I was in labor with Clara, our first daughter, when I was at that point, I was in serious contractions. My body was working really hard. But this has just kind of progressed over the last week or two. And so that's kind of nice. We're going in already with some of that progress.
Right. And it's been kind of when you say a process, we've been having to mentally go through the questions of, are you in labor as you're undergoing all these contractions? Or is this all pre-labor? Is your body working while you don't have to be there? So we went to the hospital a couple of times, and and had things checked out, but the thing we kept on returning to was that, your body is ready when your body's ready. We don't want to push the baby too far, but if you're not in full-blown labor, we don't want to push into labor without it being absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
So we went through the whole process of going in, getting checked by the doctor, making sure everything's okay. And every time the baby has been perfectly healthy, Katie's been perfectly healthy and progressing. We just hadn't hit that magical 4-centimeter mark.
Yeah, where they're like, okay, we're going to admit you.
Yeah.
That's usually, it sounds like,
it's like the transition to active labor.
Yeah, 4 centimeters or 5 centimeters. They're like, okay, that's like past the point of no return, I guess, for most people. So yeah, this video is essentially our 40-week update, and we just wanted to record how this last week has been, because it's had its ups and downs, and we want to be able to look back on this and reflect and just kind of remember. I really want to remember the dust story. I think it's really funny. Oh my gosh. And we'll be filming a separate video about natural childbirth versus an epidural, because our 2 other pregnancies, the first one I did have an epidural, even though I had planned on a natural birth, and the second one I was able to have a natural childbirth. So it'll be interesting to see how tomorrow goes, and then we'll be able to reflect even more on that, but that'll be a separate video.
Yeah.
So 40-week update, what is it like to hit the due date and it to come and go? That is mentally...
It's exhausting.
So strange. So strange. Yeah, it is. It's totally exhausting, physically and mentally and emotionally exhausting.
But then again, all I can say is that, we've maintained, you've been very healthy throughout the whole thing. We were still able to go through and clean up, most of the house, even though...
Yeah, we've been super nesty.
Yeah.
I actually feel like this week... This whole week I've kind of felt like the nesting phase came and went. I was nesting the last 3 weeks, and then this week I've been like, okay, it's time to just, I don't even know what to do with myself. I didn't think I would be here, so I'm in this weird limbo, but everything was done a week ago.
Right.
So all of my, I'm a small business owner, so there's been a lot of coordination and planning for my team. Yep. That all was pretty much done. I had signed off on client projects, okay, team, you've got this without me. We cleaned the house. I mean, besides these 2 big projects, the deck and the basement, the house was pretty much put together.
We packed all the hospital bags. We had the car cleaned out.
What else did we do to nest? We bought freezer meals. We did not cook our own freezer meals. Salute to the families who do that. Thumbs up. Good job. We just got a bunch of stofers. We're like, if anyone wants to make us something, we will gladly accept that. Yeah.
But really, it's been a good time.
We had special pumpkin. We went to all the pumpkin patches.
We did all the pumpkin patches. We
made a whole baby bucket list for the fall.
We went to Burger Farms with the kids for a second time. Yeah,
that's that's how unexpected we are. In terms of being, that's how much we didn't anticipate being in this place.
Well, and part of it, with trying to remain so active, even though as we progress towards the 40 weeks, is trying to keep things as normal as we could for the kids.
Yeah.
Because we know that this can be a really rocky time, not just for us, but also on them. So, if we can keep things as normal as possible, keep Clara going to preschool, keep our babysitter rotation, keep doing fun activities, family birthdays, the more that we can keep things kind of normal from them, we hope that the transition to, inviting Emmalyn into our family is going to be a lot better. Yeah,
I love that. And Claire's been, both of them, Bryce and Claire have been really cute about the whole thing. But Clara especially, for good and bad actually, she has really noticed how we're doing and how we're feeling. So she's 3.5, she'll be 4 in January. So she's about 3 months until she turns 4. And throughout the whole pregnancy, she's been really cute, also thinking that there's a baby in her belly. and for better or worse, though, because she'll be super cute about, giving hugs and kisses and making it feel very special. But then when I'm in pain, if I'm having contractions or cramps, or if I'm just, sluggish, which that has been, the days have definitely been up and down, or the times of day have been up and down. The other day, I saw her, when I was having to breathe through a contraction at home, she, walked into the other room and laid down on the couch and was like, I just need a minute to relax. She was like breathing and rubbing her belly. She's like, my baby is really hurting me. I just love that. And she's such an empathetic little person.
It's true.
And it makes me feel bad because I'm like, I don't want her to feel so bad for me. Like, but she's also been really encouraging me. Like, we love to watch the Bucket List Family together. And one thing that they talk about with their kids is to be brave. And especially they'll say...
Brave like a cheetah.
Brave like a cheetah. And so, no joke, as I was like breathing through a contraction the other day, Clara came up to me and was like, Mom, you're strong. You have to be brave like a cheetah. Just breathe. Which was so cute.
Which I'm totally going to use in the delivery room. I'm going to bring that up.
Be brave like a cheetah. Just repeat that.
I just need like a...
That's a good idea, actually.
I need a cheetah outfit. Go with my shark outfit.
The daddy shark outfit. Insert clip here.
Baby shark, do 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 do, baby shark, do 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 do, baby shark. Daddy shark, do 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 do, daddy shark, do 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 do, daddy shark, do 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 do, daddy shark. Grandma shark, do 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 do, grandma shark, do 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 do, grandma shark, do 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 do, grandma shark. Grandpa shark.
Oh my god, so good.
Daddy shark or direct competition with left shark. Because I don't understand the whole left shark thing. I don't see the difference.
I thought the right shark was just as talented.
I agree.
I really think
don't hate on the right shark.
Not cool. So anyway, so if you, like us, make it to your due date and it comes and goes, then there are some things I think that have really helped me this past week that I thought would be helpful to kind of share. One of them is talking, depending on your personality. For me, having, you and my mom and sisters and sister-in-law and mother-in-law, just to be able to bounce off of them all the things I've been feeling and really get the help to determine when it's labor, when we should go in, when we should not go in. And everybody kind of has a different opinion about when you should go into the hospital or not. And some people in your family might be more like protective or like more proactive about that stuff, and other people might be more laid back. But it's been helpful at least to just have the ears of the people who love and support me. That's been the number one most important thing, is opening up to them and saying, hey, here's what I'm feeling. Because I felt everything from like really intense period cramps to actual like full stomach contractions to, back pain to just emotional, just very emotional about everything. What else? What other symptoms? Just a lot of cramping and like exhaustion.
Yeah,
and
exhaustion.
A lot of it in the night.
Yeah.
I feel like my mornings have been, some mornings actually I have had quite a few like contractions and cramps, but most of the time throughout the day I've been pretty good. But every day around 5 o'clock I've been feeling pretty bad.
Yeah.
The last few nights, but it's kind of funny. I feel like this whole pregnancy has had this interesting trend of like anytime I start to feel, anytime I start to have pain or things feel bad, like I think early in my 3rd trimester, I started having pretty bad back pain, and it lasted probably about 10 days. And then this baby just, things like adjust. This pregnancy, I felt like we just hit these low points and then somehow we get back to an equilibrium. Right when I mentally am thinking I can't do this, or this is going to be like this for another 3 months or whatever, it all just adjusts. And it's been the same with the labor. I don't know what this says about this child's personality.
Flexible.
Yeah, adaptable, I guess. Yeah. But we were kind of, my favorite part of last week was when we did go into the hospital. So Wednesday night we went into the hospital. I had been having period like contractions and cramps, and they were coming every 5 minutes. And we're walking the halls of the hospital, kind of trying to get past a 3-centimeter dilation because they're not going to admit you until that happens. So it was feeling a lot like my first labor with Clara, like, cramping, having to pause in the hallways every 4 or 5 minutes or so. And when it was with Clara, I just kept going, like it kept getting more intense, and we got admitted, and and all of that. But with this, it just, kind of stalled out. Went home, took some Tylenol, and it was fine. So it's been such a strange mental and emotional journey in that regard.
Yeah.
What about for you?
Well, I think that, my role through most of this has been to be supportive, listen to you, but kind of be, I guess, listening for how you're feeling. Also listen to what the people are telling you, what you need to be doing, and kind of being I won't say like a counterpoint, but more just trying to get you centered back on yourself and saying that, when you need to go in and listen to your body and give yourself what you need and listen to your doctors. So I find for myself being very supportive, being that supportive role, for you at this point. So making sure things are clean as much as I can at night. Make sure the dishes are done. Make sure our laundry's done.
Yeah. I mean, husband champion. Seriously. I'm so grateful to you. And I think, this is definitely a different pregnancy because we have 2 toddlers that we're taking care of now. And there have definitely been nights where I've just had to focus on breathing through contractions or just like laying down with a heat pad on my back to get through the cramps. And you've put both babies down to bed and just kind of gone through the bedtime routine because, certain activities are fairly simple for me to do. Like, I don't know, putting the dishes away isn't too bad. Cooking dinner is not so bad. But whenever I'm having to like bend over and pick up toys, it's like every time I have to bend over is kind of a big deal.
Right.
And I want that time with our kids, but getting down on the floor and getting on my knees and reading them bedtime stories is actually kind of tough right now. So, so anyway, I'm grateful for that.
Well, and it's good practice too because, whenever Emmalyn, comes into the world, she's going to be spending most of her time with Katie, so Katie's going to be putting her to bed at night and breastfeeding a lot
round the clock.
so I'm going to be putting the kids down, both of them probably together. So it's just a good transition period, that I kind of take over that role. Yeah.
Another amazing thing I think that's worth pointing out is like sometimes the small details make a really big difference. So one night, a lot lately at night, I've been hungry at night, and that's different. My pregnancy, I haven't been like the kind of person who woke up in the middle of the night and needed food, but the last week I have been. So the other night, you like brought me this bowl full of like granola bars and fruit and a big thing of water and a vitamin water, and it was just so sweet. Like I'm so grateful for that kind of support because, just even getting out of bed, like going downstairs when you're feeling so terrible is no fun. So anyway, stuff like that's super helpful and sweet.
Well, so let's end this. So this is 40 weeks. 40 weeks in what? 2 days? 2 days, right? And so tomorrow will be 40 weeks, 3 days. It's actually mole day. I'm a chemist. I'm pushing for 6 p.m. 6:02 p.m. is what I'm looking for. So 6.02 temps in the 23rd.
If you're a scientist and you know what he's talking about, leave a comment in the description box below so you guys can geek out together.
Yes.
I'm a scientific and technical writer, so I feel you. But this is it's a specifically Steven level of dork.
So anyway, so let's wrap up on what we're most looking forward to with Emmalyn joining us.
Yeah, or like even just tomorrow.
Sure, or tomorrow.
I can't wait to see what she looks like.
Not like me.
We'll see. She might look exactly like you. You don't know. I can't wait to meet her. That's what I'm looking forward to. That's the biggest deal. I can't wait to see her for the first time, hold her for the first time, and then to see Clara and Bryce meet her. And, natural childbirth is something you have to prepare for and prepare yourself mentally and physically for. But I remember after my second childbirth and being able to do it without drugs, feeling like I had just run a marathon. I felt so awesome and empowered at the end of it. So I'm hoping for that. Things can always be different or change, and I will definitely listen to my healthcare providers if we need to rush into a surgery or if something has to change, or I'll also be generous to myself if the pain is too much and there are circumstances that are outside of my control. But I'm hoping I can look forward to an empowering birth experience tomorrow.
Yeah.
What about you?
Oh, well, of course, just seeing her, getting to see what she looks like, holding her for the first time. But I'm ready for the, bringing her home. Kind of bringing her into our kind of wild family with Clara and Bryce running around screaming. And, it'll be a transition for all of us. But I'm really excited about, starting that transition and seeing what the rest of 2018 and what 2019 had to hold for us.
Yeah, it's bittersweet. It's like eviction notice time. It feels like the right time. You're never really prepared. We don't know what it's going to be like. We've heard a lot of horror stories about what it's like to have 3 kids. 3
and under.
Yeah, they're pretty young.
Yeah, let's get this right.
We're just getting it all done at once.
That's right. We're catching up.
Yeah. We spent a lot of time in school.
We did.
And professionally, so this is the time to keep doing that and make all the babies. Grow our family the way we want it to be.
So if you like what you hear, subscribe.
Yeah, thanks for any good vibes and prayers, going into this new life with family of 5.
Yes. Yeah.
We're super excited. Thanks for watching this video, and if you like what you see, subscribe and leave us a comment below. Thanks, guys.
All right. Bye.
And when our children tell our story, they'll tell the story of tonight.
Let's have another round tonight.
Let's have another round tonight.
Raise a glass to freedom, something they can never take away, no matter what they tell you. Raise a glass to the 4 of us. Tomorrow there'll be more of us telling the story of tonight.
They'll tell the story of tonight.
Raise a glass to freedom, something they can never take away,
no matter what they tell you.
Let's have another round tonight. Raise a glass to the 4 of us. Tomorrow there'll be more of us
telling the story of tonight.
Let's have another round tonight.
They'll tell the story of tonight.
Raise a glass to freedom.
They'll tell the story of tonight.
Raise a glass to freedom.
They'll tell the story of tonight.
They'll tell the story of tonight.
Success.